Hey there, today we're going to talk about something that's been burning deep in my soul, something that keeps me awake at night. It's a tragedy that's playing out right now, in this very moment in cities and towns across the world. It's about the silent epidemic of buried dreams and how that combination of fear and inaction is more deadly than any disease we've ever known. You see, when a dream dies inside you, it's like a star being extinguished in the universe. That light doesn't just disappear silently. No, it creates a void, a darkness that spreads and affects everything around it. And when you choose to carry that dream to your grave, oh, let me tell you something. You're not just burying your potential, you're burying a piece of humanity's future. Now, I want you to imagine something for a moment. Imagine standing in a cemetery, but instead of seeing tombstones, you see something else. You see libraries that were never built, businesses that never opened, songs that were never sung, cures that were never discovered. Can you see them? Can you feel the weight of all that unrealized potential? That's what's happening right now, right here in this room. Every single one of you is carrying something spectacular inside you, something the world desperately needs. But statistics tell us that 97% of people will die with their dreams still inside them. Think about that. 9 out of 10 people take their greatness to the grave. And you know what's even more heartbreaking than those numbers? It's that this isn't happening because people lack talent. No, it's happening because somewhere along the way, someone convinced them that their dreams were too big, too unrealistic, too impossible. Let me break this down for you in a way that might shake you to your core. Every single day, people just like you, talented, gifted, capable people, wake up, go to work, come home, watch TV, go to sleep, and repeat. They're not living, they're existing. They're not creating, they're consuming. They're not leading, they're following. And with each passing day, their potential, their gift to the world, slowly dims like a dying light bulb. You see, human potential isn't just some motivational phrase we throw around. It's a real, tangible force. It's like having a nuclear power plant inside you, but you're only using it to charge your phone. That's the level of waste we're talking about here. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah worked in accounting for 30 years. Every day she dreamed of opening her own restaurant. She had recipes passed down from 3 generations. Her food made people cry tears of joy. But she waited for the right time. She waited until her kids were grown. She waited until she had enough savings. She waited until retirement. And you know what happened? She died 3 months after retiring, her recipes still locked in a box in her kitchen. That's not just Sarah's tragedy, that's humanity's tragedy. Because somewhere out there, there was someone whose life would have been transformed by her food. There was a community that would have gathered around her tables. There were memories that were never created, joy that was never spread, lives that were never touched. But here's what really keeps me up at night. It's not just about the dreams that die with us. It's about the ripple effect of that loss. When you bury your potential, you're not just robbing yourself. You're robbing your children of seeing what's possible. You're robbing your community of innovation and growth. You're robbing the world of solutions to problems that only you, with your unique perspective and gifts, could solve. Think about the Wright brothers for a moment. What if they had listened to everyone who said human flight was impossible? What if Martin Luther King Jr. had kept his dream to himself? What if every great inventor, leader, artist, or entrepreneur had decided their dreams were too big, too risky, too impossible? Let me tell you something that might make you uncomfortable right now. The fact that you're breathing, that your heart is beating in this moment, it's not an accident. Your existence isn't random. You're not here just to pay bills and die. You're not here to be another face in the crowd, another stone in the graveyard. You see, there's something about you, yes, you, that has never existed before in human history and will never exist again. Do you understand the magnitude of that? Scientists tell us that the odds of you being born exactly as you are were 1 in 400 trillion. Not million, not billion, trillion. Let that sink in for a moment. The universe conspired to create something that has never existed before. Your specific combination of talents, experiences, perspectives, and dreams. And what are you doing with this miracle? Are you treating it like the precious gift it is? Or are you letting it collect dust on the shelf of some day? You see, most people don't understand the difference between existing and living. Existing is mechanical. Wake up, work, eat, sleep, repeat. It's what I call the survival cycle. But living, oh, living is something entirely different. Living is when you're so aligned with your purpose that every cell in your body vibrates with excitement. Living is when you're using your gifts, not because someone's paying you, but because you can't not use them. Let me break this down for you. Right now, in this room, someone has the solution to a problem that's plaguing humanity. Someone here has an idea that could transform their industry. Someone here has a story that could heal hearts. But they're sitting on it. They're waiting. They're existing instead of living. You want to know how unique you are? Lift your hand up right now. Look at your fingertips. In the history of humanity, past, present, and future, no one will ever have fingerprints exactly like yours. That's not just biological uniqueness. It's a metaphor for your purpose. Your fingerprints are literally one of a kind, and so is your contribution to this world. But here's where it gets serious. With uniqueness comes responsibility. Your talents aren't just gifts, they're obligations. When you don't use them, when you don't pursue your dreams, you're not just failing yourself, you're failing every single person who could have benefited from your courage to be who you were meant to be. Think about it. What if Beethoven had decided not to compose because he was deaf? What if Einstein had settled for being a patent clerk? What if every person who ever changed the world had decided their dreams were too big and too scary, too impossible? Now I can see some of you shifting in your seats. I can hear your minds racing with all the buts and what ifs. You're thinking about all the reasons why you can't pursue your dreams right now. Let me tell you something. I know those voices in your head. I know them intimately because they visit everyone who's ever dared to dream big. Let's expose these dream killers right now. Let's drag them out into the light where they can't hide anymore. First, there's fear. Oh, fear is a masterful liar. It whispers things like, what if you fail? What will people think? Who do you think you are? Fear sounds like it's protecting you, but what it's really doing is preparing your grave. It's digging a hole for your dreams, one doubt at a time. You know what's interesting about fear? It's not trying to kill you, it's trying to keep you comfortable. And comfort is the enemy of greatness. Comfort is the anesthesia that numbs you while your dreams slowly die. Then there's what I call the social hypnosis. It's that voice of society that says, stay in your lane, be realistic, get a safe job, don't rock the boat. These voices sound like wisdom, don't they? They sound like they're looking out for you, but let me tell you something. These are the same voices that would have told Edison to stick to candles, told the Wright brothers to stay on the ground. But here's the most dangerous dream killer of all time. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll start when the kids are older. I'll pursue my dreams after retirement. Listen to me carefully. Time is not your friend. Time is not waiting for you to get ready. Time is not going to tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, now's the perfect moment. You see, we've all been sold this lie about someday. Someday I'll write that book. Someday I'll start that business. Someday I'll pursue my passion. But someday is not a day of the week. Someday is the graveyard where dreams go to die. Let me ask you something right now. If I told you that you only had 6 months to live, would you still be waiting for someday? Would you still be letting fear run your life? Would you still care what other people think? Of course not. You'd pursue your dreams with urgency, with passion, with purpose. Well, here's the truth that nobody wants to face. None of us know if we have 6 months. None of us know if we have tomorrow. The only moment you can be certain of is right now. This moment, this breath. And what are you doing with this precious moment? Are you letting these barriers build your grave? Are you letting these excuses become your epitaph? Let me share something with you that might make you uncomfortable right now. Yesterday, someone just like you died with their dreams still inside them. Someone with talent, with potential, with a burning desire to make a difference. They ran out of tomorrows. Their someday never came. And you know what's even more devastating? Their dream, their gift to the world, their unique contribution, It died with them. It's gone forever. The world will never benefit from what they could have created, could have built, could have shared. That's not just a personal tragedy, that's a crime against humanity. You see, urgency isn't just a motivational concept. It's the difference between a life lived and a life wasted. Every morning when you wake up, you're making a decision. You might not realize it, but you are. You're either moving toward your dreams or toward your grave. There's no standing still. There's no neutral. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you're 85 years old, sitting in a rocking chair, looking back on your life. What will you see? Will you see risks taken, dreams pursued, a life lived full out? Or will you see what most people see, a collection of excuses, a museum of what-ifs, a gallery of regrets? You know what the most common regret of dying people is. It's not that they tried and failed. It's not that they took too many risks. No, the most common regret is, I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Think about that for a moment. Right now, in this room, every single one of you has a choice to make. You can continue on the path you're on, the path of safety, of comfort, of slow death by convenience, or you can make today the day everything changes, the day you declare war on mediocrity, the day you decide that your dreams are too important to take to the grave. Because here's the truth. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed. That brilliant idea you have, the world needs it today. That business you want to start, someone needs your solution today. That book you want to write, someone needs your words today. That change you want to make, the world needs your contribution today. The cost of waiting isn't just measured in time. It's measured in lives not touched, in changes not made, in potential not realized. Every day you wait is a day someone who needs what only you can offer goes without. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm about to share with you now isn't just theory. These aren't just nice ideas that sound good in a speech. These are the fundamental principles that separate the dream achievers from the dream grievers. These are the laws that determine whether your potential makes it to the world or to your grave. First principle, understanding your true nature. You are not what happened to you. You are not your past failures. You are not your current circumstances. You are a force of nature waiting to be unleashed. Just like a lion raised among sheep doesn't stop being a lion, your true nature, your potential, doesn't disappear just because it's been dormant. Let me break this down for you. Inside you right now is an unstoppable force. It's not something you need to create. It's something you need to release. It's like a spring that's been compressed for years, storing energy, waiting for the moment you decide to let it go. Second principle, gift identification. Your gifts are not hiding from you. You're hiding from them. They show up every day in what makes you come alive, in what angers you about the world, in what problems you can't stop thinking about, that thing that keeps you up at night. That's not insomnia. That's your gift knocking on the door of your consciousness. Think about what makes you lose track of time. What could you talk about for hours without getting tired? What makes you forget to eat? That's not just a hobby or an interest. That's your gift sending you a signal. Third principle, the power of decision, not choice decision. A choice is what you make at a restaurant. A decision is final. It's like burning the boats when you reach the shore. When you truly decide to pursue your dreams, the universe conspires to make it happen. But here's the key. Most people never really decide. They prefer to keep their options open, which is just another way of keeping one foot in the grave. Let me tell you something powerful. The moment you make a real decision, something shifts in the universe. Resources appear, opportunities emerge, doors open. But first, you must decide. Not hope, not wish, not want, decide. Fourth principle, immediate action. This is where most dreams go to die, in the gap between decision and action. You don't need all the answers to start. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need everyone's approval. What you need is to take one step, any step, right? You see, success doesn't come from what you're going to do. It doesn't come from what you plan to do. It comes from what you're doing right now, in this moment. Action is the antidote to fear. Action is the bridge between your dreams and reality. Final principle, the momentum law. Once you start moving, keep moving. A rocket uses most of its fuel just to break free from Earth's gravity. But once it's in orbit, it needs very little energy to keep going. Your dreams work the same way. The hardest part is breaking free from the gravity of your comfort zone. But once you build momentum, once you start seeing results, everything becomes easier. These principles aren't just nice ideas, they're laws. Like gravity, they work whether you believe in them or not. The only question is, are you going to use them or are they going to use you? Now let me give you something you can use right now. Because inspiration without action is just entertainment. And I didn't come here today to entertain you. I came to transform your life. Take out your phone right now. Yes, right now. Open your notes app. What I'm about to give you is worth more than gold. It's the exact formula for making sure your dreams don't end up in the grave. Step 1, dream documentation. Right now, I want you to write down every dream you've been carrying around. Don't filter, don't edit, don't let your logical mind interfere. Write down everything, the crazy ones, the impossible ones, the ones that make you smile just thinking about them. Write them all down. Because a dream written down becomes a goal. A dream in your head is just a wish. Step 2, the 24-hour rule. Within the next 24 hours, you must take one action toward your biggest dream. I don't care how small it is. Make one phone call, send one email, write one paragraph, buy one book, one action. Why 24 hours? Because after that, your brain will start creating excuses, and excuses are the shovels that dig your dream's grave. Step 3, the daily non-negotiable. Decide right now what you will do every single day to move toward your dream. Every single day. It might be 15 minutes of writing. It might be one sales call. It might be learning one new skill. But it must be every day. No exceptions, no excuses. Because consistency beats intensity every time. Step 4, the accountability partner. Today, before you leave this room, find one person. Share your dream with them. Ask them to check on you every week. Not every month, not whenever they remember. Every week. Give them permission to be brutal with you. Give them permission to not accept your excuses. Step 5, the progress journal. Every night before you go to bed, write down one thing you did to move toward your dream. One thing. If you can't write anything down, you didn't do enough that day. This isn't about shame. It's about awareness. Because awareness precedes change. These aren't just steps. These are your weapons in the war against mediocrity. These are your tools for making sure your potential doesn't end up 6 feet under. Let me tell you something about obstacles that might change your life forever. Every obstacle you face isn't blocking your path. It's pointing to your path. Every resistance you encounter isn't stopping your dream. It's testing your commitment to it. You see, most people look at obstacles and see stop signs. But the dream achievers, they look at obstacles and see stepping stones. They understand something crucial. If your dream doesn't have obstacles, it's probably not big enough. Listen to me carefully. When you face an obstacle, when criticism comes, and it will come, when setbacks hit, and they will hit, you have two choices. You can let it define you, or you can let it refine you. You can let it stop you, or you can let it prove to you how badly you want it. Here's what they don't tell you about setbacks. They're not your enemy. Every setback is setting you up for a comeback. Every criticism is highlighting where you need to grow. Every obstacle is an opportunity in disguise. But here's the key. You must learn to stay focused. The world is designed to distract you from your dreams. Social media, negative people, daily pressures, they're all competing for your attention. Your job is to remain locked on your target like a heat-seeking missile. Nothing else matters. And when doubt creeps in, because it will, remember this, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Failure is an event. Doubt is a decision. Choose to keep moving forward, especially when you don't feel like it. Right now, in this moment, I want you to feel something deep in your soul. Feel the weight of your unrealized potential. Feel the urgency of your dreams crying out to be born. Feel the responsibility you have to share your gifts with the world. Because here's the truth, your dreams aren't just about you. They never were. Your dreams are about the lives you're meant to touch, the changes you're meant to create, the legacy you're meant to leave. Think about it. Someone out there needs what only you can give. Someone needs your book to heal their heart. Someone needs your business to solve their problem. Someone needs your art to inspire their soul. Someone needs your courage to find their own. So I ask you right now, what's it going to be? Will you leave this room the same person who walked in? Will you continue on the path to a dream-filled grave? Or will you stand up right now and declare, not me, not my dreams, not my potential? The choice is yours. But understand this, it's not just a choice about your future. It's a choice about the future of everyone your dreams were meant to touch. Every day you wait, someone misses out on your gift. Every day you hesitate, your potential dims a little more. So here's your moment, here's your chance, here's your wake-up call. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait for someone to validate your dreams. The world doesn't need another grave filled with unlived dreams. The world needs you, fully alive, fully expressed, fully committed to bringing your dreams to life. Stand up, step up, speak up. Your time is now. Because remember this, the graveyard might be the richest place on earth, but your gifts don't belong there. They belong to the world, and the world is waiting.